I'm an inventor. So if you hear the name Q, you probably associate it with spy gadgets, like pens that explode after you press it twice. No, I'm not that kind of inventor. There's a few concepts I'm working on that I think is quite amazing and interesting. So the journey started about 11 years ago when I was driving in my car. There's a truck in front of me spewing out clouds of black smoke. The experience led me to wonder, isn't there a better way to get from point A to point B without having to pollute the environment like this? As I didn't have a radio, I was left to my own imaginings. So I used this time to escape to another world, dreaming of different possibilities, imagining a different future, different concepts that could solve this conundrum. Then one day, a specific concept hit a nerve, teasing me with probability, and I couldn't let go. I was hooked. And this is where I started exploring further. The concept is for a motor that can run or create electricity without the need for fuel. This is what is referred to as perpetual motion. In this little example, however, I'm using my energy in order to power this dynamo, which in turn is powering this little light bulb. For my concept to work, however, we need to bend the laws of physics by a smidge. So in other words, it's not very easy. I couldn't keep still and I kept on innovating, searching every possible loophole. Still I couldn't see an answer. So I thought it wise to ask for help. So I started praying about it. The reasoning behind it is, if there is a God, a deity, an entity who created this whole universe, who coded the laws of physics, if there is anyone who knows how to bypass the laws of physics, surely it would be him. Then I stumbled upon a verse, Jeremiah chapter 33 verse 3, where it says, "If you call to me, I will answer you and show you great and mighty things, fenced in and hidden, which you do not know." So this motivated me. Maybe, just maybe, God can help us. God can help me and show me the way. Project PMD is more than just creating a perpetual source of energy. It's also about the other discoveries we can make along the way. So with my limited resources, I was able to discover a new source of energy, which can be used as a means of propulsion. So with this, you can make new types of vehicles like flying cars or flying bikes, can even take you to space. So I'd like to introduce to you, dun dun dun, the space turtle. Propulsion means creating force leading to movement. So in this example, with this toy car, if a car uses an engine, it creates force, which then turns the wheels, which then creates movement, then the car moves into direction. In this example, I'm using the force from my finger in order to create propulsion, to move the car into said direction. Another way is by using air. So by either using propellers or jet engines, it creates thrust, therefore pushing an object into a certain direction. Unfortunately, with planes, it can only go up to a certain distance where the air starts getting too thin. Then it can't go any higher. Now with rocket propulsion, things start getting interesting because it's not dependent on the air on the outside. It makes use of a principle where it burns fuel and pushes it out one direction, moves the rocket into a different direction. Okay, this is not the real rocket, just symbolizes the principle. This is a balloon filled with air, pushing air out this way, therefore pushing the rocket or this little object into a different direction. So let's see what it does. There we go. Right, what you just saw was the space turtle was able to propel itself about 10 centimeters, which doesn't seem like a lot at first, but think about this. It's not using other means of propulsion like rocket propulsion, burning fuel into one direction, pushing the object into another. It's not using air in order to propel itself into a different direction. It's not using the wheels. You'll see here at the bottom, I liberated one of my children's toy cars. So you'll see there's no motor running on this. So it's not using any other source of energy. It's using a totally new source of energy other than that of rocket propulsion or air propulsion in order to propel itself. So it's not dependent on the air around it, and it's also not dependent on rocket fuel in order to propel itself. This is only the first step, so I hope to enhance this technology a bit further to see if I can sustain the source of energy. If I can sustain the source of energy, I'd be able to get continuous propulsion, and therefore I'd be able to get flight and maybe even more, just get an object even into space. Thank you for watching, and thank you to those who are supporting the project. Let's see where this journey might lead, one step at a time.